everyone, today I'll be reviewing this movie. It is on Netflix. It's called Ted Bundy, American Psycho, and this movie is starring Michael Chad-Murray, and this movie is directed by Daniel Ferrand. So this is like the second Ted Bundy movie. It is on Netflix. The first one is with Jack Efron. If you have seen that movie, Ted Bundy, the shockingly evil, vicious something, that movie, which I did see it. I thought that movie was like, when I was watching it, I felt ridiculous. However, this movie takes a little bit different approach to this character, Ted Bundy, who is, this famous serial killer who have killed hundreds of women. And I think end of this movie, I was seeing only 30 women's body were found, and the rest of them were like somewhere never found them. So he's a vicious serial killer. Whenever you are making movie on a real life serial killer, it gets very tricky because because you have to walk on this fine line between, you don't want to be showing the serial killer as charming or like he's like superhero or something. You have to show serial killer with something that does not give a sympathy from people, but at the same time you have to tell the story need to be interesting. So I thought the one with the Zac Efron movie, it was really ridiculous. When I was watching it, I was like, that movie showing him he's some charming this guy, he's getting around, getting women like that. I really did not like that movie because, again, when you are watching a real life serial killer, it is sad to see like that. It's so scary and sad. So for that sense, I thought if I compare to this movie to that, I will say this one with the Chad Michael Murray. This movie done, I will say, little good job portraying him. He's this vicious killer who's just picking up women, all these women who is nice to him, and yet he's picking them up. Also, this movie tried to some shade on some light shade on his his character, how he grew up, his mom. You get to see his mom, and when you learn about his history, make a little sense, I guess. And in this movie, I really like this serial killer. He's really like serial killer. He ain't charming or nothing. He just, this guy is picking up women, killing them. That is what I like in this movie. I guess it is based on a true story. Whenever watching them, you feel like, oh, it's so sad seeing all these women get murdered by him. So for that sense, I thought this movie was a okay watch for me. Like, I wouldn't say it was bad. Like, this movie has so low rating on Rotten Tomato. This movie definitely is not a charming watch, but this particular movie, I found it was okay watch for me. And I was saying this movie done good job portraying this guy is really vicious. He just wants to kill women. I like that. I don't want serial killer to be charming and happy. I don't like that. That is not right. For that sense, I thought this movie done good job on portraying that. Like, don't try to get sympathy for a serial killer. That ain't like good whenever you are making movie on a based on true story. That is what I think personally. Overall, this movie, it is very neatly edited that I like. It's a well-directed movie, I would say. But this movie does centers around these two FBI agent who's trying to track him down. So if you are wondering which movie, like this movie, it is a little different than the other Zac Efron movie, I guess. In this one, it centers around how they catch him and how he was, like his early days, how he was picking up women and how they were profiling, these two detectives basically profiling him in this movie. And you get to know more of his motive, like why he's picking all these women. I like that. As I was saying, I had an okay time watching this movie. It wasn't like bad watch or anything. This is the second Ted Bundy movie I watched. Recently, I also saw Daniel Ferrand movie, The American Bogeyman. That one was a weird movie for me. I was like, oh, that movie is really weird. This one was okay. And that was my thought on this movie. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this movie? And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget my other reviews. Don't forget to check out my review on American Bogeyman. If you like this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.